This is a video that was not easy for me to record, but what I truly believe is that sometimes the things that we go through personally can help someone else feel less alone. Now, with that being said, I just want to say that there are moments in motherhood that just completely knocks the wind out of you, and it does leave you asking yourself, how in the hell did we get here? And if I could just be completely honest with you, today I'm really navigating one of the most traumatic experiences I've had in the entire journey of me being a parent. So a few weeks ago, there was something that happened between me and one of my kids, and it completely shook me to my core as a mother. And it's one of those moments where your heart drops into your stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like, your heart is in your stomach. And you realize that parenting can help you in ways that no one could ever prepare you for. And so ever since that moment, I've just been really asking myself, like, Lakita, how do you get through this? How are you going to navigate this particular journey, this particular scenario? How are you, the one that sometimes I do feel like I have all of the answers, how are you going to get through this? Hey, welcome back to the Confidence on Stilettos channel. And on this channel, I help you create goals, crush them, and look damn good while doing it. So this is where we come together and we have real talk. We go through life together, and we're creating a life that we desire and that we deserve. So now let's get back to it. Now, before I go any further, I just want to say this. I want to say that I am not going to share every single detail of what occurred, because this is something that involves my family and it does involve my child, and that deserves privacy, and I'm quite sure you guys can understand that. But what I can share is the emotional side of what I'm going through as a mother and how I'm navigating this and going through the process of healing through what occurred. So for a while now, one of my kids has really been navigating a season of rebellion. And girl, when I tell you rebellion, I'm not talking about a little attitude here and there, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the type of rebellion where communication becomes a battle, where boundaries get pushed, and where respect gets tested. And yeah. And recently a line was crossed that no child should ever cross with their parent. So yeah, like and I shouldn't say line, I should say a boundary. There are boundaries that we have set in place for family, for friends, for our kids, for co-workers, and that boundary was definitely crossed. And again, it's a boundary that no child should ever even attempt to cross with a parent or adult figure in that respect. Words were said, things happened that created emotional trauma that I was not prepared for. I just was really not prepared as a parent, to I don't even know what to say. I just never thought that something like this would even occur as a parent. Like I said, there were boundaries that were pushed, and respect was definitely tested. But here's the thing. What's truly interesting for me is that this is not my first time witnessing something that occurred. This is something that I am very familiar with because I watched my mother go through this exact same thing with my older sister. When I tell y'all, my sister used to get in trouble every damn day. Like every day she was doing something to push those boundaries. I don't know all of the psychology, the correct psychology and terminology behind like what goes on in a child's mind, because I can only speak about like when I was a teenager and when I was a child and how I thought about things. And I can tell you right now, honey, Lakita was scared of her mama, okay? I was absolutely terrified. And even me being the ripe age that I am right now, and still terrified and do not cross certain boundaries with my mom or my parents, period. Like I just don't, you know, there's a boundary that I don't cross, and it's a boundary that I have up that I don't allow my parents to cross with me, because I am an adult now. But back to my sister. Every day it was something. Every day it was some type of drama going on in our household that my sister manufactured. And it was absolutely insane to watch my mom have to go through such disrespect and you know, by somebody she birthed. She would say like hurtful things to my mom. Sometimes it would even get physical. And I used to remember just thinking as a child, number one, I didn't want to be like my sister. I did not want to invoke that level of hurt on my mom, because she was a single parent doing the best that she could with what she had, because my father was completely absent from our lives. You know, as you know, we were being raised and things like that. But I used to always think like, Lord, I hope when I have kids, like my kids do not put me through anything like that, that I never have to experience what my mother had to experience. But child, here I am today, navigating something very similar to what I witnessed growing up. But now I finally understand something that I didn't quite understand back then, because again, I was a child. And moments like this, I believe, is in moments like what my mom experienced, is what I believe pushed her closer to God, you know, because some things is out of our control. Some things, human strength it's not going to conquer it. You're going to need something stronger than human strength, okay, to get over the trauma, the emotional trauma that gets invoked upon you in your life, in my case, in my parenting, as far as in my motherhood. So right now, I'm in the middle of processing the experience that I had with my child. And here are some of the things that I'm doing to help me through the healing process. One, giving myself and giving my child grace. But let me be clear, when I say giving grace, that does not mean that what happened was okay. Grace simply means that I am choosing not to let bitterness destroy me or my relationship with my child. The second thing that I'm doing is doing a lot of self-reflection. So basically, I'm asking myself the hard yet honest questions, which there's really only one question that I've been consistently asking myself, or a couple of, maybe one or two. Number one, how did we get here? And then number two, during my self-reflection moments, I'm asking myself, were there things that I could have done differently or handled differently in that particular situation? And I'm not asking from a place of guilt. I'm asking from a place of growth, because that's what I want. I want to learn from this experience, and I want to grow from this experience, and in hopes, of course, of helping others along the way. The third thing that I'm doing is, it sounds really simple, but sometimes in these traumatic situations, it can be very, very hard. And that is just taking it one day at a time. Trauma does not heal overnight. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is take it one day, 1 hour, and 1 minute at a time, and let things play out the way that they need to play out and heal through the gift of time. So when I'm looking at taking it one day at a time and telling myself that trauma doesn't heal itself overnight, you have to think about sometimes when you have injuries, right? You don't get an injury today and then you wake up tomorrow and you are all better. an injury can take time. Some injuries can take a week, 2 weeks. Other injuries, depending on how severe it is, can take up 3 to 6 months. Some can take over a year. It just depends on the nature and the severity of the injury. So when I'm saying I'm taking it one day at a time, honey, in the very beginning when this first happened, it was really hard. It was really hard. I had to take moments. I couldn't like work full days. I would take half days where I would focus my best, the best of my ability on, you know, my businesses and the things that I needed to do within the businesses. But then again, I had to give myself grace and say, hey, this is something that you're processing, and you have to listen to your body. You have to listen to your mind. You have to listen to your spirit. And I needed that time to process. I needed that time for me. And so I decided, hey, I will work a few hours, and then I'm just, for at least 3 to 4 days, I'm just going to only work a few hours a day, and that's it, because I need time for me to process this. And if you're going through a situation similar to this, or any type of traumatic experience in your life, give yourself time. Listen to your spirit and give yourself the necessary time to be able to process. That way you can be able to heal from it and learn from it and grow from it, if you get what I'm saying. And number 4, I'm guarding my peace. So we all know how this works, right? We all know how the enemy works. We all know that whenever we're going through a time that is a low vibration time, that's when negativity will creep in. That's when all of the things that you've been fighting against is going to start whispering to you. So the way I'm guarding my peace is I'm just being very mindful of the thoughts that I'm having. I'm being very mindful of what I speak out my mouth, because I just refuse to allow bitterness, anger, and bitterness to completely overtake me and destroy my peace. I just refuse. Like, I just can't. It can't happen. Like, I just can't do it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just really taking it easy. And number 5, I'm praying a lot and I'm journaling a lot. So one of the most effective strategies that I use in my everyday life is journaling and praying. And so I am using the same effective strategy as I process the event that happened between me and my child. And I am praying a lot. I'm journaling. And it is truly, truly helping me process, because we all need that safe place that we can go to where we can outpour our emotions or whatever it is that we're going through, and so that it does not become emotional poison within us. So that's what I find that prayer and journaling does for me. It allows me that safe place to cancel out all of the outside noise, because everybody got something to say. Everybody want to tell you, oh, couldn't have been me, or this, that, the other. So cut all that. Go to God or whoever it is that you believe in and journal your way through this thing. And because that's what I'm doing. Nobody really talks about the emotional trauma parents go through. You know, we all know and understand that kids are affected by family situations, you know, but rarely do anyone actually think about the parent or discuss what type of trauma that these scenarios, these family situations are putting the parent through. So that is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, because I am coming from a standpoint of a parent, a mother that has experienced something traumatic with their child. And again, this particular kid of mine is an amazing kid, and this is out of their personality. Like, it's totally left field. So I know it's other things that's underlying with that, and that's something that we're working through as a family. But I just really wanted to do this video because I know it's not just me out here battling these streets with these teenagers. And also, it's not just me that is going through parental emotional trauma. And so rarely do you ever hear parents talk about it, because it's something that, you know, we try and internalize and get through without like really speaking about it. And I just think that's something that needs to stop, because we're in this thing together, and not every day is going to be peaches and cream. You know, not every day is going to be like you eating cotton candy. Baby, there are days that I too struggle, you know, and I just really wanted to come to this video not only as therapy for myself, but as giving anyone that's going through any type of traumatic experience just a virtual hug, because this right here is something that, again, I was not prepared. I was just not prepared for it. You know, it's not, there's no manual, but in my internal mind parental manual, like me, Lakita, go through this? No, absolutely I wouldn't. I say all of that to say this. I want to be transparent in this journey in my motherhood. Motherhood is not always soft moments and cute Instagram pictures. Sometimes motherhood can be painful. Motherhood will humble you. Sometimes it will absolutely break your heart, but it can also grow you in ways that you never expected. So as I walk through this journey of healing through this particular very, very personal situation, I want to share bits and pieces of that with you in hopes that it does help someone out there who may be struggling, and to let you know you're not alone. Trust me, you're not. So I just want to say again, if you are someone out there that is navigating a very, very painful season of your life, whether it be a family situation, something with your child, or just something very personal that you're going through, just know that you are not alone. And sometimes we just have to know that we do have a community out here that is rooting for us, that is praying with us, and that is just going through it with us. And I am here to tell you, baby, I am going through it right now. Okay, this is a very personal experience that I am documenting, because I do want to be able, again, to make an impact, a positive impact in this world. And sometimes people have to see that rawness. Sometimes people have to see, shit, it ain't what you think it is. Sometimes everybody struggles in their family. Everybody has some shit going on. Everybody has something going on. And sometimes it just helps to know that we're in it together. So if you're comfortable, in the comments, if you could let me know if you've ever experienced a very emotional season while parenting your child, and how did you get through it? One thing that life has absolutely taught me is that confidence is not always showing up as a perfect life. Sometimes confidence is choosing to show up even when it hurts. So with that being said, I just wanted to share this with you guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and I will see you on this journey. Keep tuning in, and yeah, girl, here we are. Y'all have a blessed one. All right.